Hey, good Tuesday afternoon, guys. It's about 5 o'clock here as we record this video on Tuesday afternoon. We're looking at the visible satellite image right now, and just wanted to quickly show you that some mid and high level clouds are streaming in across southern and central Indiana right now, kind of giving us some filtered sunshine, a pleasant evening, a little cold out there. Currently 42 degrees here in Zionsville as we record this. Also, I wanted to draw your attention to something a little interesting here across the Colorado Rockies. Notice the cloud streaming across the state, some mountain wave clouds forming along the Front Range, but also notice in ski country, the snow. Breckenridge, for example, I believe got close to 10 inches of snow over the weekend, and that's showing up well here this afternoon with the visible satellite image. So pretty cool stuff, guys. Really quick, just wanted to cover what we're looking at as we go through the next couple of days and touch briefly on what may be ahead for Thanksgiving week with this video. So, dry tonight, cold, lows in the lower 30s for most of central Indiana, especially for Indianapolis proper. A dry night and a dry start tomorrow. The clouds will be on the increase tomorrow, and light rain will develop late Wednesday night. So let's go through the latest short-term high-resolution NAM model, simulated radar data. So we stay dry through most of tomorrow, really. But it's as we get into tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, light rain moves in and begins to develop, and then that turns heavier with a couple of waves of precipitation moving through the region Thursday and Friday. Model data varies on total precipitation, but we think somewhere between 1/2 and 1 inch of rain falls in that Thursday-Friday time period. After the rain moves out, a strong cold front blows through the state and provides us with the coldest air that we've seen so far this season. By Sunday, highs will struggle to get much above the middle 20s, with overnight lows at least down into the lower teens, if not a couple of single-digit reports in outlying areas. So let's take a look now at the GFS model, and I wanted to go over the 12Z run with you. High pressure's in control now. That high begins to slide east and allow a slightly warmer return southerly flow to take place tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, with a couple of waves of rain, as you can see there. Then we think the cold front blows through probably Friday night, early Saturday, and behind that front, strong northwest winds blow in the coldest air so far this season again. It also is going to ignite the lake effect snow downwind of the Great Lakes. We could be talking about feet of snow before it's all said and done in the primary snow belts downwind, especially of Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, just for example. So something to keep an eye on as we go into the weekend, and especially keep note if your plans take you north into South Bend, for example. But big area of high pressure, 1044 millibar high, is going to provide the coldest air again so far this season, and reminds us of a couple of posts that we put out on IndyWX.com talking about potentially one of the contributors, I guess, if you will, to the early season bitterly cold air that we've seen in waves, and that's the snowpack that really began to develop early in the season and has grown quite expansive now across western Canada, much ahead of schedule. And there have been some studies shown that have to do with early season snowpack across Canada and high latitude blocking, which develops in the wintertime. High latitude blocking in place can result in colder than average conditions in our neck of the woods for the winter. So something interesting that we'll keep an eye on as we move forward. Something else that we have been mentioning is the potential of a little bit of wintry mischief for Thanksgiving week. We know Thanksgiving week is going to be cold. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be colder than normal. But what we have questions around still are the chances of some wintry mischief associated with energy early on Thanksgiving week. This is Monday, located across the Four Corners region. And what we're looking at here, guys, is a combination of the operational European model here on the right and the ensemble European run on the left. And the ensembles just give us a better representation maybe of what's going to take place as their multiple forecast models kind of averaged out to give us a more accurate representation of the overall upper air pattern moving forward, versus when we're looking at the operational run, it's just one single run of the European model. So as we move forward in time, notice the energy starting to move east, and we call this money in the bank energy this time of year and through the winter, really, because when we have energy that starts to organize in the southwest states, it's going to do one of two things. One, it's going to move northeast and provide a rather expansive area of rain and snow across the lakes, the Ohio Valley, and the interior northeast. Or two, it's going to ignite low pressure surface low down in the Gulf of Mexico, and that low could ride up the eastern seaboard. So it's just a matter of exactly how this is going to play out, and we still don't know that, to be completely honest, in terms of the exact details. What we do know is going to be a cold week, much below normal, and the threat is there at least for some wintry precipitation here across central Indiana as we get closer to Thanksgiving. So we're going to keep a close eye on things, but let's notice now as we move to Wednesday, the ensembles are trying to show low pressure here in the mid-Mississippi Valley region versus the operational a little bit further south. Which is right? We don't know that right now. But this look, just looking at the upper air pattern on the ensembles off the European, does have to at least raise an eyebrow if we're in the Ohio Valley for the chance maybe of some wintry precipitation around Thanksgiving. Put this into motion and go into Thanksgiving Day itself. Again, this run just, again, has to raise an eyebrow and keep us focused on the threat of some wintry precipitation across the Ohio Valley, the central Appalachians, and into the northeast. And if we were taking a look verbatim at the operational European run, this would signify low pressure along the eastern seaboard and a very significant snow event for the interior northeast. And that's what the 12Z run of the operational European did do. It was really hammering the interior northeast with quite a bit of snow for the Thanksgiving holiday. So what is right? We don't know yet. But just keep a mental note in the back of your mind. I know next week is a very busy week for travel. We'll keep you informed with the latest information on that. In the meantime, enjoy tonight. Very pleasant conditions in place, albeit a little bit chilly. Dry, filtered sunshine, and overnight lows in the lower 30s. Guys, appreciate you logging on, taking a look at this video, and we will have a full forecast update later on tonight on ndwx.com.